Welcome back. It is 1582. In the last one, we had Genevieve and Gwendolyn have their coming out and try to start the dating scene. We had Nicholas reconnect with his partners. We had Celestria finally, set a trap for Avina and get her executed. And now Celestria and Humphrey have ridden off into the sunset. So this year, we do have a few birthdays that I'm concerned about. But let's start with Constance Larkin. Can't get a 246. That's our baby. What can she do? Survive. Now, Mary Whitehead is actually a vampire, so she can't get a 1 or a 19. No 1 or 19. She did not. Then we have Audrey, Humphrey, and Miles all trying to become young adults. No 3 or 18 on. Why did I have a premonition that this would happen? Oh my gosh, Audrey, light just died, leaving the throne empty. The lights are going to be combined with the English royals. Oh my gosh, I just knew that was going to happen. I just felt it. I just really felt it in my bones. Oh my gosh. Oh, Humphrey. Oh my gosh, and they just got married and had a baby. Oh my goodness, what is happening here? No, Miles. 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 Okay. Oh my goodness. Oh, who is Miles? Well, Audrey's not getting married now. Oh my gosh. Miles, who are you going to marry? I was not prepared for this. I was going to marry Miles and Audrey together. When is Joanna's birthday? Not for a while. And Eustace is in between them. Okay, we might need to do something like add some more Sims or something because we are officially out of ladies to marry. Unless we waited for Joanna. Miles to Joanna and then... But my girls aren't having babies. I don't know. I have not prepared for this scenario. Okay, in the townies, any birthdays? We have some children, and that's it. Okay, I was really hoping I could get someone else, anyone else. Okay, I'm gonna have to find a family for Miles. Okay, we're gonna do this together. So this is the Greek Ranch family by Natan Pisset, originally by Seb Marin. There's the perfect amount of Sims that I need. The dogs are barking at me. Oh, come on, you guys. You can afford it. Now. What? Stop it. She just wants to be pet all the time. All the time, all the time. Okay, so here they are. How are you guys related? Tell me you're just... Oh, that's your daughter? That's a little interesting. Oh, that's your father and your mother? Dang it. Dang it, dang it, dang it. Okay, well, now we have one sim for Miles. We'll need another one for Eustace, but I thought they were all teenagers. They are all teenagers. What the heck? No, but it says that they're not teenagers. They just have 2 traits. That's weird. That is very strange. But what are you? You're a young adult? A young adult with a teenager for a child. This dog really, really wants some attention. She is such a baby. Yeah, I'm talking about you. You're a baby. Okay, I need to write down his name. You'd think that I neglect her. I was just petting her 5 minutes ago. You're terrible. Fine, fine. Come here. I'll pet you. Will I do this? We can multitask. Oh my gosh. And this is Charlotte. Wait, they have last name. They have different last names. Are they just not married anymore? They must not be. I guess they're divorced. So they're both single. They're just divorced. You could just wear the same thing as your mom. I really don't care. This is Adele. Oh, she's got the same last name as her mom. Yeah. Okay. Well, I mean, technically, these two people are single. They just have a child together. Okay. So Miles needs a wife. That will be Adele. 1, 2, 3. How many children tries does Miles have? 9. Okay, he needs his own house for sure. Miles, why don't you come live here with her and her parents? This dog. Okay, Adele. You're now Hobart. Okay, this dog obviously needs something from me, so oh my gosh. So I'm gonna do this offline and help her with whatever she supposedly needs. All right, let's hop into the game. All right, so I got that all set, and of course we're starting with the fire. And honestly, I was so nervous there. Look, Yasmina catches on fire, but then she's fine. But then she walks back into the fire, and then she catches on fire, and then she disappears. And I'm like, oh my gosh, she just died. But she's not dead in like our panel. And I'm like, oh my gosh, what is happening? And I was so nervous, so I like reloaded. But she's not in our household. But then I can like find her. She's just like out front. That was such a weird glitch, but we added her back to our household. She's still there. She's still alive. That was so scary. I just loaded into the game and this happened. So, anyway, here we are. We can see that Maria is very pregnant. I think she is going into labor right now. Yeah, because we see she's uncomfortable. She's having a baby right in front of us. But unfortunately, the baby girl did not survive. She rolled a 10. You can't get a 5, 10, 15, or 20 there. So, unfortunately, she did not survive, which is really sad. That's their first baby together, but they have a few more tries, so they actually have plenty of tries, I believe. I think they have like 5 or something, so I think they'll be fine. Meanwhile, we're going to have Gwen actually ask Magdalena on a date. So she is going to ask her out to the restaurant again. Okay, let me know. Am I the only one whose restaurants are not working in the game? Like other people are sitting down and having meals, but I can't request a table. We just stand here. We never get a table. It just kind of cancels out. I don't know. I honestly don't know what the problem is. So we're just going to accept that, I guess. We literally cannot go to any tables. So I'm going to go. I downloaded a new restaurant and everything, but it still doesn't work. But there's a mixologist over here in this like more hangout bar space. So we're going to go over here and just order food at the bar, I guess. And then we are going to try and socialize a bit with her. Now, I did not choose romantic interactions for this date because I think that probably what happened is that Gwen was like, hey, do you want to like go out? We can go grab a bite to eat. And Magdalena was like, absolutely, let's do it. And so they go out. And so I don't think that Magdalena knows that this is a date. I think that Gwen is not being very clear. I mean, keep in mind, she's just a young teen. She's like maybe 15. She is not. Wow, I've said she's 15, but I'm going to make some horrible stuff happen here. Anyway, she's a teenager in the game, which makes everything fine. But anyway, she's still young, and so she gives flowers to Magdalena, and she tries to flirt with her a little bit, and it does work, but then Magdalena just kind of leaves. And so I think that what happened is that Gwen felt like it was a date. Even though she wasn't clear, she thought it was like a date. She was like, hey, we should go out. Hey, here's some flowers. But she never really said like, hey, I like you, go out with me. And so I think that Magdalena did not realize that it was a date. So at the end, she's just like, okay, like, see you later. And she just leaves. And Gwen is feeling rejected, even though you can't be rejected because you weren't clear in what you were asking for. You know what I mean? So Gwen is feeling like Magdalena does not like her, like it's a rejection, like she's not like all of that. So, but obviously that's not fair to Magdalena, but, she's just a teen. She's not, at the point in her life where she understands good and healthy relationships and communication. So anyway, we are just finishing up Luke's aspiration, the Whiz Kid aspiration. We're just finishing that up for him. We are also working on Genevieve's truly accomplished aspiration. She's almost done with that as well. So they're both going to finish their aspirations today. And then it is also Christmas. So no, it's not Christmas. It's a birthday. Christmas will come up. It's actually Constance's birthday. That's what it is. So it is Constance's birthday. So we are going to come down here and get everyone around the table so that she can come and blow out the candles. And she is becoming a child. So that's our youngest kid becoming a child. And I didn't want to repeat traits, so I kept rolling, and then we got kleptomaniac. So that is what is going to be going on in Constance's life. So here she is, our cute little Constance, and she is eating her cake, and then we'll get her into Create a Sim and see exactly what she looks like. So I'm excited for that. Our youngest is finally a child, except I think like next year Yasmina becomes a teenager. Constance is a lot younger than her siblings. So anyway, we're gonna give her some skin details. That's what it's called. We're gonna give her some skin details, and we are going to give her a cute little outfit. I'm so excited. She looks good. I honestly don't know which parent she really looks like, to be honest with you. I look at her face and I don't know. Like, I feel like I see a bit of Nicholas, but I don't feel like I see a lot of Damaris in her. So I don't really know where we're going with that. But anyway, here she is. She's a cutie. And we are going to just add her to the tree here, except I think I don't end up adding her to the tree because the picture isn't loaded yet. So anyway, we are having Constance's birthday, and then after that, we are going to, yeah, it's not loaded yet. We're actually going to have Genevieve come and talk to Nicholas and be like, hey, I want to go out on a date. Will you be my chaperone? And Nicholas, of course, is like, absolutely. Like, I'll go with you. No big deal. She's disappeared. Of course she has. This game hates me. So, yeah. They are going out on a date. And I just want to remind you, like, Genevieve. Oh, Genevieve is very much trying to pick her partners gently. She is going to go out on a date with every guy, write down their pros and cons, really think about it, and she is, trying to not play the field, but like really see everybody and get to know them. And so she is going to do that next with Jose. So they are going to go out on a little date with Nicholas chaperoning. And I think it's so funny because as soon as they get there, okay, first off, Jose just wanders away. But Nicholas is like, oh, hey, Arun, and then wanders away with him. Like, you're supposed to be chaperoning us. What are you doing sitting on a picnic table snuggling with your partner? And then this guy's running all over the place. Just stay here. Stay here. We'll play chess. Except I think when I place this lot down, the stairs disappeared, so we can't get up there, so then I have to add stairs, and it's just this whole thing. Anyway, Genevieve is trying to enjoy her date. There's not like really any sparks. She's kind of waiting for that moment where she really feels something, like where she feels like a connection, where she maybe gets a crush. She's just going to keep going on dates and stuff until she starts catching feelings for someone. She wants to have that. She wants to marry someone that she's in love with and that she cares about and that she feels like is going to be a good match for her and not just someone that she's just going to be like roommates with who have kids together. So we're starting off with Jose here, and he's doing pretty good. And then we're going to watch the sky with him. And yeah, that's going to be their date. Also, remember? Okay. If you guys were here when we did infants, like, remember when I was filmed so far ahead that, like, you guys were asking for infants for, like, months before I actually, like, caught up to time? I'm like, only a month ahead. Maybe. I'm not even a month ahead at this point. But today I did see the first trailer for the Life and Death pack. So I'm really excited about that right now. And I know that by the time you guys see this, it'll probably already be out. So sorry. But you'll have to wait a little longer for me to play with it. And honestly, I might wait even a little longer than that because I want to see other people play with it first. You know that we love downloading broken packs in this house, but I'll try not to. I usually last like a couple of days before I see a lot of videos of people really enjoying it and then get FOMO and then decide I have to have it and then download it even though it's broken and just kind of accept that my life's like that. So yeah, that's where we're at. Anyway, we are completing the aspiration for Genevieve, like I said. So they had their date. They're doing good. And then we have also Constance working on the motor aspiration. And then Gwen is like so like unnecessarily heartbroken right now. Like she's just in her feels. She's being over dramatic about it. She's like, oh, she doesn't like me. And so she comes out and sneaks out to the bar. And Arun is actually there. So he sees her and is kind of like, should I be telling your father about this? But anyway, she actually catches Richard Hobart out back, and she knows him peripherally, and so she asks him to woohoo. And honestly, this is like very weird because he's got kids her age, but then also he's dazed right now. I can't believe they can woohoo while they're dazed, but he's dazed right now. So this guy may not be making the best decisions. Let's just say he's drunk. And so they are just woohooing. So I gave her then the serial romantic aspiration. I don't know if we're actually going to do it, but that's kind of, I want her to go through her like hoe phase, you know? Like she feels like she's been rejected by the person that she has a crush on. So she's just going to like go around and woohoo with whoever she feels like and do whatever she wants and really not even worry about it, you know, like she's going through that, and so she's just gonna do whatever she wants with whoever she wants, and she doesn't care. And honestly, she's lucky she's infertile because she did roll to have 0 babies, so I made her not able to have children. So she's very lucky that she cannot have children because she would be pregnant 5 times over just in this video. So then she meets Randolph, they woohoo. It's just a mess. And of course, since she was seen by Arun and several other people, like there's a scandal brewing. So there is a scandal. She's going to come home at literally like 10 in the morning. So Nicholas is waiting up for her and he's like, Gwendolyn, where have you been? You know? And so he's going to lecture her and worry about their family and like the scandal. And he's going to be like, Arun sent me a message and I heard that you were at the bar last night with randos. And she's like, you can't tell me what to do, blah, blah, blah. And Nicholas is like, excuse you, I can tell you what to do. I'm your father. And then she's like, yeah, well, everybody talks about you and you gallivanting all around town, so why can't I? And Nicholas is like, ooh, good point. Ouch. You know? So they kind of walk away from that conversation, both being frustrated. Nicholas is once again handling a problem with his children. Like after Celestria and that whole thing, he really was like, I'm going to try harder. I'm going to try harder. And so he is trying harder. He's like trying to talk to her and be like, what's going on with you? And he just like fumbled that conversation. The second she pushed back, he was like, he crumbled. So Nicholas, one day you'll get it. One day you'll figure out how to be a dad. He's working on it though. He's much better than he was. In the past, he would have just not said a word. You know, he just wouldn't have said anything to her. He wouldn't have even tried. So he's doing his best. And then Miles actually invited Genevieve over, and I accepted before I remembered that Miles just got married and has a pregnant wife. So there is that. So awkward, but there are some other people here. So we do have, what's his name? Oh, yeah, the new guy, Aeneas. And yes, he has a child her age, but she immediately gets a crush on him. And I'm like, well, she was waiting to get a crush on someone. This is obviously not going to end well, but she just got a crush on a guy who is much older than her. And, but you know what? That's just what happens sometimes, you know? So awkward, but that's where we're at. She has a new crush, and she is going to now go home. She's very excited that she has a crush because for the first time she feels the butterflies. Think of like Gregory Bridgerton in his book. He sees her and he feels that spark. He's in love. But, spoilers, you learn to not trust it. Later Gregory is like, you know what, that feeling, you shouldn't trust it. So, I mean, they pretty much say that on the back blurb. So, anyway, it's Christmas, like I said before, or Winterfest. So, everyone's getting presents from Santa or Father Winter. I don't even know if Santa was a thing at this point. But yeah, so they're just all enjoying and having a good holiday. And Genevieve is, of course, very excited and telling her sister, not her little sister, like her twin sister, about like her crush and all of that stuff. So she's very excited. Actually, Aeneas was one of the people that was at the bar last night. What would that have been like if Gwen was had woohooed him? But anyway, now Genevieve is talking to Nicholas, and he's like, "Oh, isn't he a little old for you?" And she's like, "Dad, it's true love. Don't worry about it." I feel bad for Nicholas at this point. I'm going to give her the soulmate aspiration now, but like, oh my gosh, do I feel bad for Nicholas at this point? He is just struggling. Oh my gosh. So anyway, um, we are then going to call over Magdalena to hang out because, like, they're still friends. And so she probably stops by and she's like, "Hey, Gwen, I haven't heard from you. Like, I heard there was some stuff going on with you. Tell me everything." And so Gwendolyn just brags about all her woohoos and, like, blah, blah, blah. And she's, like, kind of saying this to make Magdalena jealous, Like, she's like, "Oh, like, all these guys, they love me, blah, blah, blah." And, like, she's definitely trying to make her jealous, but Magdalena's not giving her anything. She's like, "Oh my gosh, are you sure that's a good idea? Like, what if you got pregnant? Like, what?" Like, Magdalena's just being like a good friend about it. So it's kind of sad for Gwen. She was kind of hoping for more of a reaction, but again, she's immature. Like, she's not making good decisions, Okay, I had to cut that out because I went on a huge tangent. But I'm not going to tell you about it. Anyway, we are starting birthday things. And now we are here with the kids, so let me tell you about the birthdays. We have Constance Larkin becoming a child and joining the club, Mary Whitehead becoming a child, Miles Hobart becoming a young adult, Audrey Light passing away. I think Audrey probably passed away, like, something related to Avina. Like, it has to be. Like, Avina did something, like, set up some insurance policy where, like, something would happen to Audrey. Or maybe it was just an unfortunate accident. I really don't know. But I feel like it's awfully suspicious that Audrey would die immediately after Avina. I feel like she somehow was related. But Humphrey Dubois died. I had him die by drowning. I think probably wherever they went to go get exiled to, he ended up passing away along the way or something, which is really unfortunate. But now his son is now the Marquis. But since his son's mother is banished, he can't come back until he's older. And yes, I am trying to get Gwen and Randolph to do a thing and become romantic partners, but it's not working, so I guess it's just not meant to be between the two of them. But anyway, we have then Tobias Stroud, Arabella Stroud, and Bertram Waldrick all becoming children. Baby Hobart passed away, but off screen, because I actually accidentally played a little bit into the next day. But Miles Hobart II was born to Miles and his wife, Adele. So they did have their baby successfully. So we'll roll for his infant role in the next one. So very exciting stuff. Next year, what is going on next year? Let me take a look-see. Yeah, next year we have Yasmina's birthday. So that is a concern for us. But it also looks like one of the Hobards, but he's not getting married, actually. So I was worried about needing a spouse for him for nothing. And then Miles, the second, that was just born. So not a lot of birthdays next year, but very exciting stuff nonetheless. And I hope that you are looking forward to it, and I'll catch you in the next one.